Now, Amber, FEMA's work in eastern Kentucky, it's far from over, as you can imagine. They're still reimbursing communities for repairs on roads and infrastructure.
Yeah, the agency put some new measures in place after Kentucky's floods to try and speed up response time. Dr. Myra Sherd says the changes made in Kentucky are now being implemented nationwide.
Because we could get text messaging out there, because we went and knocked on doors, people knew exactly what they needed, what we needed from them in order to get them the funding that they needed to start their recovery.
And that new text messaging policy and the expedited temporary shelter policies were later used in Florida with Hurricane Ian.
It's pretty amazing the far reach that we're getting from that now. FEMA is still reviewing requests from homeowners to buy out their flood-prone properties. So far, Amber, the agency has approved the purchase of 241.
Yeah, and now they're working with county leaders to get those checks out to those families. Our Kristen Kennedy traveled here to Jackson, where both the mayor and the judge executive worry that families selling to FEMA may build somewhere else.
I've got piles here, and I've got a safe there that's got a lot of stuff in it. And
the piles of paperwork in Jeff Noble's office cover almost every road in Breathitt County.
It's maps, aerial maps, aerial maps.
The judge executive is looking for land where flood victims can rebuild.
70% of this stuff on my desk is homeowner.
Last July, when floodwaters raged through Jackson, state leaders forced families in the floodplain to evacuate. The water has long receded, but some homeowners have never returned. How does it make you feel when you've got families telling you they're leaving the county?
It just breaks my heart. I mean, most of these families, I've known their kids or something about their family all my life. And, you know, you take people that growed up when I have, you know, when you get in your 60s, I mean, you know, a lot of people are looking at the retirement side, you know, and then everything they work for. You know, you can load it up in the back of a pickup. It is heart-wrenching.
FEMA hasn't been fast to pay families who want to sell their flood-prone land. The agency has received about 500 applications. They've awarded some, and they're still in the process with others.
We requested hard numbers from FEMA, and we got them through the first week of July. So far, FEMA has acquired 241 properties in eastern Kentucky. Here in Breathitt County, they've acquired 82 properties, and in the city of Jackson, 22. So far, only 2 of those 22 acquisitions are complete.
We hope they will find housing here in Breathitt County and stay in our community and not use that money in other communities. The problem is, number one, getting the land that's out of the floodplain, and number two, finding property owners that are willing to sell.
Mayor Laura Thomas estimates 80 to 90% of her job is consumed with flood recovery.
Because other counties are, you know, planning these communities of 50 and 100 homes, but we have not been able to find that large tract of land. So now we're looking more to some smaller tracts that if we could even put 3 houses here, 5 houses there, you know, we've just got to develop housing.
The mayor and judge executive are working together to keep families afloat.
We hope that we can develop job opportunities and housing opportunities and keep our mountain people here in the mountains.
This may not look like much, but it is a sign of recovery here in Jackson. Samaritan's Purse bought this property. They're building a new subdivision here right off of Kentucky 15. 16 to 20 homes for flood survivors. In Breathitt County, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.